All my niggas ride for me. I got niggas that'll die for me. You niggas ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you gon' bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilt like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that. Cause niggas get killed like that. When you ain't built like that. You niggas ain't built like that. You was never on the block, you ain't never dodge a knock. You ain't never fought another crew holding down the park. You ain't swam with the sharks, you ain't wrestled with the gators. You was never fucking popping, you ain't got no fucking haters. Bitch niggas like you make me watch out for the traitors. When you run some real niggas, mind your behavior. I will beat a nigga ass, then I'm laughing like I'm Jada. Get your fucking mind blown like a cartridge on a Sega. You niggas want attention, they don't want the war though. Talking all that shit, but you got a glass jaw, ho. They never deliver. They got that DiGiorno. This that Walking Dead flow. I eat a rapper torso. You ain't the same man once you off the microphone. You ain't never broke a bone. You ain't never had a scar. You a certified pussy, so don't make me pull your card. I'm a certified prophet, respected like the word of God. Cause you ain't got the heart, nigga. You ain't got the heart. You ain't about to finish any beef that you start. You ain't never been a soldier, little nigga, play your part. Claiming that you spark when you ain't got the heart. Cause you niggas ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you gon' bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed like that. Acting like you bang for the set when you ain't blood or cuz, man. Blood'll get spilt like that. Niggas saying really they the plug, but they talking to the judge, man. Get your cap peeled like that. Cause niggas get killed like that. When you ain't built like that. Run around talking like a thug when you gon' bust a slug, man. Niggas get killed.
Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General YAHANNA, man. My name is Officer Ron, and I'm coming out of the Houston camp. And today we're going to speak on these feast days. Well, not these feast days. We're talking about these pagan holidays, man. Because today is July 4th. Everybody's around here buying firecrackers. Everybody's around here sitting here barbecuing, meeting up. All the families can gather today. And why? It's over what you call Independence Day, which is really not our Independence Day because we were still slaves in July 4th. We were still slaves around this time. But most of y'all want to think that, oh yeah, this is our day of freedom. We're free and all this other stuff. No, we're not free. We wasn't free. Our ancestors were not free. And if you want to be real, we still not free to this day. We are still slaves. Now, first thing we're going to bring out, man, I'm going to bring out what the Bible say about these, pagan feast days and what everybody want to see, hear, and live by and love. We're going to see what the Bible say. We're going to go to Amos 5:21. See, in Amos 5:21, it reads, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. See, right there, the Bible is saying that I hate and I despise your feast days. So what feast days is he talking about? He's talking about Christmas. He's talking about Easter, Valentine's Day, the 4th of July. He's talking about every man-made pagan holiday. That is your feast days. See, in the Christian church, y'all too busy loving these feast days. Y'all loving Valentine's Day because, oh yeah, that's when we can go ahead and consummate our marriage and make love, give each other roses, give each other chocolates and all this stuff. Man, A real priest and prophet of the Most High God, we sitting here, we ain't doing it just for one day, man. We out here 365. As long as our ribs ain't on her cycle, we inside the box. We ain't gotta wait for it to be Valentine's Day to decide to get into some box. Christmas days, man, Christmas. We ain't gotta sit here. See, that's the thing about Christmas. Y'all want to wait till this one day to start showering your kids with presents and stuff just because it's just a day that everybody done made for everybody to have to give gifts and stuff. Nah, man. Like growing up, it was a question that my parents told me. It was like, what? Do you want gifts one day or you want it out through the year? Shoot, I get it all through the year before I just get it from one day. But see, most of y'all just want to go with the paganism. Y'all want to go with the fact of, oh, it's Christmas. Oh, well, you know what? Let's have Christmas cheer. You know, it's Valentine's Day. Oh, let's spread the love. Man, y'all don't know what to love and what to spread, man. Y'all around here just real pagan. Y'all sound real white to me. But the Bible speaks on that, and that was in the book of Amos, like we said. And it says, clear as day, I despise your feast days, not my feast days. When it says your feast days, it's not talking about the Most High God's high holy days. It's not talking about nothing. It's talking about your feast days, the feast days that y'all made, not the feast days that the Bible say keep the high holy days. See, there's a difference. See, y'all sitting here going off of man-made things instead of going based off of the real deal. The Bible sat here and told y'all, what y'all need to be doing is keeping my high holy days. That's what y'all need to be following. But instead of following the high holy days, we followed the oppressor who taught us the man-made holidays. Now we are stuck doing what the man-made holidays say instead of keeping the high holidays. But here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, we follow the Bible. We follow the words of the Most High God down to the T. We keep the high holy days. We don't keep these pagan feast days. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We don't celebrate birthdays. We don't celebrate nothing pagan. And a lot of people get mad because we don't celebrate stuff that's pagan. Why would I celebrate pagan stuff? Where is celebrating pagan things going to sit here and make me a better person for the Most High God? Like, it's not going to. No matter how much you try to spread it around another, but most of the people that's following these pagan holidays, these are coon Negroes, the coon Mexicans, and just lost heathens. Man, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, y'all gotta know, man. We are not supposed to be celebrating these pagan holidays. We're not supposed to be loving the oppressor. We're not supposed to be sitting here doing the ways and going to the ways that they went to and loving the things that they love, man. That is not for us. That's never been for us. Y'all got to understand that, man. Man, we're going to go to the next precept we're going to go into, man, is 1 Corinthians 10 and 20. And we're going to read what it says right there because we're going to get some context and understanding why we shouldn't be celebrating this pagan holiday. And we got to get some understanding why we do not need to be hand in hand loving the oppressor. Because that's all you're doing when you celebrating the 4th of July or any other pagan holidays. You going along with what the white man taught you how to do and taught our ancestors how to do. We're not going to do that, man. We priests and prophets of the Most High God. In the I.S.U.P.K, we're not celebrating. We're not loving. We're not kissing up to. We're not doing nothing for the white man. Because, like we say, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And that's never going to change. He is the biggest deceiver. He's going to be the biggest deceiver from the beginning to the end. The only thing that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are waiting on, the true children, the people who come into the truth and understand that the Most High God said that vengeance is His, we're just waiting on the day that He come back. That's why we are sitting here doing the laws, statutes, and commandments down to the T. That's why we sitting here and saying that we holy and set apart. Because when the Most High God comes back, we know that He is going to smite all the heathens and the white man. We ain't got to sit here and go knock and punch any white man right now. Nah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till my father come back. Because once my father come back, then it's on and cracking. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. So we're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20, where it says, "But I say that these things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God." See, most of y'all right now, when y'all celebrating these pagan holidays, y'all are sacrificing to the devil. Y'all not sacrificing to Christ. Y'all sitting here on the 4th of July barbecuing. What's on the grill? Y'all sitting here, got ribs, baby back ribs that's made out of pork. It ain't no beef ribs. It's baby back ribs. The sausage that's on the grill, that's pork. The hot dogs on the grill, pork. The only thing that's probably of the Most High God is the burger patties that y'all probably have. And I'm surprised if y'all ain't find pork burger patties nowadays. But y'all ain't sacrificing. Everything that y'all sacrifice, y'all sacrificing to the devil, because y'all sitting here disobeying what Christ told y'all and what the Most High God told y'all. He told y'all not to follow these feast days. He said He despised your feast days. But y'all sitting here still wanting to be hand in hand with the white man, talking about, well, I got my independence. When they signed the Declaration of Independence, I got my independence on July 4th. So you know what? It's Independence Day. And it's the 4th of July. So what I'm going to do is barbecue with my family. I'm going to go ahead and throw that pork on the grill, get some pork chops and all this. And y'all sitting here making the Lord and the Most High God, y'all making them mad. Y'all making Him pissed off. Y'all making Him furious. Because y'all are His chosen people, but instead of being His chosen people who knows what they're supposed to do, y'all want to sit here and love the oppressor. Y'all want to sit here and do what the oppressor's doing. Y'all just making Him mad. That don't make no sense to want to be hand in hand with the people who enslaved your ancestors. But y'all don't care about that, because that was so long ago, and why are we still holding on to the fact that our ancestors were slaves? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be mad and still holding on to the fact that your ancestors were slaves? I bet you, if the white man was slaves, if the white people were ever slaves on the earth, they'll still be pissed off, mad. And every time they see us, they'll be mad and they wouldn't want to be friends with us. But the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, y'all just enjoy kissing the behinds of the white man. Y'all just want to let it go. Man, I'm not letting it go. Oppression makes the wise man mad. My ancestors were slaves to this white man. We built this country, man, after they stole it from the Native Americans, the Native Indians. They stole this land. They claimed it as their own. Then they enslaved us in this land, and then they backdoored after that and talk about, well, you know, some of us can be free, but we were never freed. At that time, they were talking about other white people being a person. They wasn't talking about the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We were still Negroes, Spics, wetback, coons, porch monkey. We were all those things to these people. We have never been equal to these people. Still to this day, we are not equal to the white man. But y'all get mad when we say that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. It's because he is. He's the biggest deceiver on this earth. And y'all need to stop loving him. So 1 Corinthians 10:20 says, but I say that these things which these Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to God. And I would not, it said, I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils. See, the Bible speaks that you should not have fellowships with devils. Wow. Is that just a coincidence that the Bible says that you should not have fellowship with devils? I think not. Because the Bible is our history book. And it's telling you that you shouldn't have fellowship with these devils, man. Why would you have fellowship with somebody who sat here and put your ancestors through slavery? You don't even know. Your grandpa could have been, your great-great-grandpa or your grandpa could have been raped in front of your great-great-grandma and your grandma and them. He could have been raped in front of them just so a white man could prove his masculinity. Well, really and truthfully, that sounds like some homosexual stuff to me. With black people, we ain't got to sit here, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians ain't got to sit here and rape somebody else to prove their dominance. But that's something that an Edomite would do. An Edomite would sit here and think that, okay, how do I prove my dominance against these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Well, you know what? You know what, Chucky? I think that we should sodomize them. I think that we should grab them and lock them down in chains and rape them in front of their families to let them know that we're the dominant. So they did that to your ancestors. And you sitting here want to be hand in hand with the same people. Why would I want to be hand in hand with the people who did that to my ancestors? They made it where you couldn't even laugh. Come on, man. You gonna take away Negroes' laughter? If they wanted to laugh, they had a laughing barrel that they had to go run and duck their head into so that way they can laugh. Come on, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, y'all got to get away from these oppressors. Y'all cannot love these oppressors all y'all life, man. Y'all got to understand that we are different. We are holy. We are set apart. We are the chosen people. And for us to stay the chosen people and for us to be the chosen people, man, we got to first get out of the white man's world and laws. Stop sitting here wanting to celebrate pagan holidays. Stop sitting here wanting to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Stop sitting here celebrating the 4th of July. The 4th of July is just another day, July 4th. But y'all act like this is just this ain't no regular day. This is the day that we were freed, and we were not free. We were still slaves in the South around that time. And when I say we, I'm talking about my ancestors. We're still slaves in the South around this time, man. Y'all gotta get out of the hands of the oppressor, man. Take on your culture. Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man, under the commanding general YAHANNA that the Most High gave us, man. We're gonna go to Psalms chapter 94, verse 20 through 21, man. Because we're going to get into some more knowledge and understanding, man. We got to understand that we don't need to be hand in hand with the same people who oppressed us over years and years and years. Over 400 years that we've been oppressed by these people. And just because we had a coon Negro named Michael King, a.k.a. Martin Luther King, talking about I had a dream and then backdoored and said it was a nightmare instead of a dream. He just wanted to sleep with white women. And then just because they signed the Declaration of Independence, y'all think that y'all were freed. But when we living in these days right now, we do not have freedom of speech. Because anytime any brother from the I.S.U.P.K talks too much about the white man being the devil that the Bible speaks of, they'll go ahead and all of a sudden your video will be shut down. All of a sudden, if you doing anything on social media, all of a sudden it'll disappear. You'll be trying to figure out, why did my video disappear? It's because of the contents that you are saying. See, that's not no coincidence, because we don't have freedom of speech. We have freedom of speech to a certain extent. See, a white person can sit here and sell lemonade all day long, and they ain't got to have a permit to sell it. They can go on the street corners and speak all day long, and they ain't got to have a permit to do that. But the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, let us go out there and want to sell lemonades. You dang near get a ticket. You get a citation, and you get shut down so you can't say what you need to say or sell what you want to sell. Man, we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and understand that we are not the same as these white people. We are not the same, and we'll never be the same. And we're not supposed to be the same, because really and truthfully, we're supposed to be on top. But because we couldn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, instead of being on top, we are at the bottom. Y'all got to understand this, man. Let's go to Psalms chapter 94, verse 20. And it says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? See, the first thing we got to find out is, what is the throne of iniquity? Anybody in the class know what the throne of iniquity is? Any guesses? Go ahead, brother. Heathen customs. That's a good one. Sis, you got anything? See, brother, what you said was on topic. It was on point. Because if y'all want to know what it is, it's following the heathen laws. It's following. Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and break laws, because we still got to deal and live in this land. But when I'm talking about the heathen laws, I'm talking about the paganism, the holidays, sitting here eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and crawfish, catfish, and all that. See, the white people and the white man have brought that into the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians culture. They beat us until we didn't even know our names. Y'all think that is funny. Your ancestor, see, y'all like, when I used to watch them old movies, it used to make me mad. I could never watch an old slave movie and watch it all the way through, because I used to be pissed off mad. Kunta. His name was Kunta Kinte. The white man beat him until he said that his name was Toby. Toby. What black man you know gonna be named Toby? That was what they wanted to do. But y'all want to fellowship with these people. For what? These are the same people who beat you till you didn't even know your real name. They changed your name and made you, in your mind, change your name so that way you would never get beat again. So instead of being Yasharala, the princes and the princesses of the power, now you are of the white man and of their culture. That is horrible, man. Verse 21 say they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Right there. They gather themselves against us. They've been gathering themselves against us for over 400 years. But we still want to love them and be with them. For what, Salakia? For what? There's nothing that we have in common. There's nothing. But y'all want to sit here and love them. So, do you want to have fellowship with the white people after knowing how they did us and did our ancestors? Why would you want to have fellowship with them? The white people are of the throne of iniquity. They are the throne of iniquity. They are the things that kept us from following the statute, laws, and commandments, man. We didn't follow them because we stiff-necked. And then we backdoored and listened to what they had to say once they took us from our homeland. And then we sitting here now, we just accepting the customs of them, man. Why? Why are we accepting the customs of them still to this day? See, they used to put a yoke of iron around our necks till we were utterly destroyed. So now, instead of it being a physical enslavement, now we're mentally enslaved to the point where we would get mad about the fact that our own brothers are telling us to stop wanting to accept their feast days, stop wanting to live how they live and live righteously. We are supposed to be righteous. We're supposed to be holy. We're supposed to be set apart. We are not supposed to love the oppressor and follow in his ways. Matter of fact, see, right there, that right there is letting me know that we have a problem. We want to love the oppressor and follow in his footsteps. See, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about that too, man. And we're going to go to it. We're going to go to Proverbs 3:31. Proverbs 3:31 says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Right here, the Bible is telling you, envy thou not the oppressor. Who is the oppressor? Who's been oppressing us for over 400 years? Y'all let me know. Who's the oppressor? Go ahead, brother. Give that brother a hand, man. The white man is the oppressor. And it's saying, envy thou not the oppressor. Don't envy him. Don't want to go in his ways. Don't want to sit here and love what he loves and lust after the same thing that he lusts after. Because the white man lusts after homosexuality. That's why we got the LBGTQ, RSPU, all that. They got so many different letters to go along with homosexuality. It's crazy. And all of it is an abomination. The white man wants to eat pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, and crawfish. Taught us how to do it. And because we want to envy them, we want to sit here and do it. The Most High God is, as we say, Christ ain't died for that. Christ ain't died for us to want to sit here and envy the oppressor. We are holy and set apart. So why do y'all want to love them so much that y'all want to sit here and do what they do? Follow after their customs instead of the customs and the inheritance that was set forth for you. You are supposed to be holy, set apart, above all nations on the face of this earth, man. Matter of fact, man, let's go to Deuteronomy. We're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Because I keep saying it, but y'all don't understand what I'm saying. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about the heathens. I'm talking about the people who don't believe that what the Bible says is just and true. Y'all want to sit here and listen to your Christian pastor and your Christian churches and your Catholic churches, and y'all don't understand that they are wolves in sheep's clothing. Deuteronomy 28:1 says, And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. See, we were supposed to be set above all nations on the earth. But instead of being set on high, we at the bottom. Because we didn't hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his laws, statutes, and commandments. And that goes along with following the pagan feast days. That's something that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are continuously doing. Y'all are breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments. Y'all are sitting here loving the oppressor and envying the oppressor to the point where you are angering the Most High God. And y'all wonder why we're the highest rate of people being killed out on the streets. Y'all want to celebrate the 4th of July. And I'm telling you, watch it be black people getting arrested or getting tickets behind shooting fireworks. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being shot because instead of having fireworks, they went ahead and shot some bullets in the air. Innocent kids getting killed from stray bullets. Brother, go ahead. See, right there. If y'all didn't hear what the brother said that what they are doing now in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community is they are sitting on the other side of the firecracker stand, waiting for you to buy the firecrackers. Once you buy the firecrackers and you on your way back home thinking that you're going to have a good 4th of July, living the way of the oppressor and envying the oppressor, they pull you over. And we all know what happens when the police pull us over. You better have your hands up. Make sure that your rib have her hands up. Shoot, make sure that your kids in the back have their hands up because y'all are liable to get shot. At the least, y'all gonna get a ticket. At the least. But that's after you buy the firecrackers and the fireworks. They gonna wait till you spend your money on the paganism. Then back door and go ahead and give you a ticket like, man, you know you ain't supposed to have that anyway. So you want to know what I do right here? Instead of you going to jail on this good July 4th, I'm going to go ahead and write you a ticket. And most Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians going to be like, man, well, you know what? That's of the Lord, man. I got a ticket instead of going to jail today. No, what's of the Lord is if you didn't go out there and buy firecrackers in the first place. Envy thou not the oppressor and follow none of his ways. You wouldn't have to worry about that if you wasn't sitting here wanting to be like the white man. You don't have to be like him. For what? We are greater and better than them. But we are so destroyed from a lack of knowledge that we want to sit here and love them and be just like them. Don't be like them, man. Be greater than them. Be holy. Be set apart. Be separate than the white man, man. We're going to go to the book of Baruch and the Apocrypha. Chapter 3, verse 4. And it reads, O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and of their children, which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God. See, right there. We're going to stop right there. Though it says, O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites. Who are the dead Israelites? Anybody know who the dead Israelites are? Go ahead, brother. Our ancestors. That's who the dead Israelites are. Our ancestors. The same prayer that they prayed back in the day is the same prayer that we're praying now. And what are the prayers that we are praying? We're praying for freedom. We're praying for the cops to stop killing us. We're praying for the right to live. We're praying the same prayers of our ancestors. Our ancestors wanted to be free, and so do we. To this day, we are being killed for nothing. And y'all think that we're free? We got to sit here and go slave. Y'all don't even understand, man. We got a saying. If y'all don't know, man, we have a saying, job means just over broke. We go slave a job all the time, and we just over broke. We just got enough just so the bills can be paid, and we got a little money to make sure we got gas in the car and food in the house. And that's if we don't go ahead and get them food stamps. We are just over broke. So we are saying the same prayers that our ancestors say. That's the dead Israelites. And we are the children. Y'all got to understand, man. This Bible is not sitting here saying something different, man. This is how you are supposed to be living. You're not supposed to envy the oppressor. You're not supposed to follow in his ways. And then it sit here and saying Baruch 3 and 4 says Almighty God. It said, O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, not the God of everybody, the God of Israel. That's how you also know that the Bible is for Israel, the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. It's not for everybody. So stop trying to make it for everybody. Stop wanting to love everybody to the point where you don't love your own kind. Thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites and their children, which have sinned before thee. See, every time that we follow the ways of the oppressor, we sin. We smoking drugs. We doing all kind of drugs. We smoking weed, smoking crack, meth, selling it to our own people. When you follow the ways of the heathens and the oppressor, you're going to do those things. And that is against what the Most High has for you. So which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of thee, their God. Not everybody's God, their God. And who is their God? Thou God of Israel. I just had to let that be known real quick. It says the God of Israel, and then it says their God. So I just want to know, where is God for everybody? If it just said, thou God of Israel, and then it says, hearken unto the voice of thee, their God. Like, y'all got to understand, we are not of them, man. And it says, for thee which causes these plagues cleave unto us. And we wonder why we sitting here dying. We wonder why we sitting here destroyed. We're destroyed because we're trying to follow in the ways of the heathens. We want to follow the ways of the oppressor. We want to follow the ways of celebrating these pagan holidays, man. And you wonder why we die. We die because we are going against what the Most High God told us to do, man. Let's go to Isaiah 51 and 23, man. Let's get some more understanding of this, man. Because this is why, and the Bible speaks about everything that deals with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And it talks about our oppressors. So we're going to read Isaiah 51 and 23 to see what it says about the oppressor. And it reads, it says, but I will put it into the hands of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. See, who done told us to bow down for so long? Go ahead, sis. The white man. That's who done told us to bow down for so long, man. See, and I'm just bringing out all these scriptures and precepts to let y'all know that we are not supposed to be celebrating these pagan holidays with these heathens. We were never supposed to be hand in hand with this white man and of this white man's world. We were never supposed to be hand in hand with them. So that's why we go through everything that we're going through, because we want to love them. We want to celebrate their holidays. We want to sit here and do the things that they do. So we're going to keep reading, man. We're going to keep on going. And it says, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. See, y'all understand. When it says that the Lord will make the white man, who is the oppressor, bow down, who made us bow down, man. See, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the Most High God to make the oppressor bow down, just like he's told my ancestors to do. I'm not sitting here celebrating July 4th, Christmas, birthdays, Easter with them. Nah. My happy day is when the Lord makes our oppressor bow down, who made my ancestors bow down, and who makes us bow down to this day. As Deontay Wilder say, to this day. Y'all want to sit here and love them. I don't love them. I don't want to be with them. I don't want to be hand in hand with them. No. I want them to bow down like they made my ancestors bow down. I want them to go through the pain and torment that my ancestors went through. But you got to know something else, man. If you follow their holidays, you're going to bow down just like they made our ancestors bow down. So anytime that you sit here and love them to the point where you're sitting here going against the Most High God, the same way that they are going to have to deal with it, you're going to have to deal with it too. But the thing about it is, it's just like Officer Yatazaka 5000, the camp leader in Houston, used to always say. If I, as a parent, if I told my child to make sure that they in before the street lights, and they're not in by the time the street lights cut on, am I gonna whoop everybody? No, I'm not gonna whoop everybody. Because I didn't tell everybody to make sure that their behind was inside my house by the street lights. I'm gonna go outside, get my child, and I'm gonna drag them in the house, and they're gonna have to see me. That's some Houston slang for you. They're gonna have to see me. Because I told them to make sure that they was in by the street lights, and you ain't make sure that you was in by the street lights. So you want to be out there with your little buddies and stuff. Your little buddies ain't gonna sit here and have to deal with their parents. Because I'm not their parents. I'm your parent. And that's what the Most High God is saying. Y'all sitting here not listening, not hearkening diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and deal with you like I gotta deal with you. I'm gonna spank you. I'm gonna go ahead. And I ain't gonna lie to you. The Most High God, his whoopings are worse than any other parent's whoopings that you ever had ever in life. But if you want to sit here and love and want to be a part of the feast days and pagan holidays of this world and of the white man, then you just telling the Most High God, you know what? Whenever you come back, I'm just ready for that behind whooping. We can go ahead, get it done. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and get smited than to just follow your laws, statutes, and commandments. That's crazy. Just because you want to love July 4th when you wasn't even freed and neither was your ancestors. Man, see, and I'm going to tell you right now, those peoples who want to follow the ways of the oppressor, y'all are fools, man. Y'all are fools. And you know what, man? The Bible speaks on this too, man. The Bible speaks on everything that somebody can say. Man, let's go to Proverbs 13 and 20. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20, man. And it reads, He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. So, what is that scripture saying right there? Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
Basically, birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather flock together. So, and that's right. Because it sit here and it says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise. So right there, that's letting you know, if you following the laws, statutes, and commandments, walking with the wise men that's in the I.S.U.P.K, you'll be wise. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. So what is that saying right there? A companion of fools shall be destroyed. What is that saying right there? Go ahead, brother. Right. If you sitting here loving and envying the oppressor to the fact that you are following of his ways, you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. Why? Why would you sit here and get the blessings that you're supposed to do and supposed to get and the inheritance that you're supposed to get, but you're sitting here envying the ways of the oppressor and not following the laws, statutes, and commandments? Why would you get it? That's like your child being bad, but then you go ahead and you're telling them, oh, you were bad, but you know what? I'm going to still make sure that you can still get that Xbox One. So what you just told your child is, it don't matter if I'm good or bad, mommy and daddy gonna still give me that Xbox One. So y'all are celebrating bad behavior? Y'all are telling it's okay to act up and act a fool? Nah, If you follow the ways, if you have companionship with the fools, you will be destroyed. If you are, like I said, if you have companionship or a companion with fools, you shall be destroyed. That's not just my words. That's what the Bible says. So if y'all want to sit here and say that I'm wrong, then you're saying that the Bible is wrong. And you're saying that the Most High God is wrong. I don't know too many people that want to sit here and say that the Most High God is wrong. And they believe in the Bible, even in the Christian church. How pagan they are, they believe in the Bible. So y'all want to say that we're wrong? No, we're not wrong. Because everything that the Bible says is just and true. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 6, 14 through 18, man. We're just going to start at 14, where it says, But ye It says, but ye not unequally, be not, Salakia, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness? So right there, what is that saying? Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That's plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. That's cut and dry. That's a straight shot, no chaser. You can't sit here and be unequally yoked. You can't sit here and want to follow the ways and be of the ways of somebody who's an unbeliever. That's like you having a conversation, an Israelite having a conversation with an atheist. Y'all not gonna come to the same realization. Y'all gonna always be unequally yoked because he believes that there ain't no God. And you believe that the Most High God set us on high to be holy. Y'all not gonna have nothing in common. So y'all gonna always be unequally yoked. Don't be unequally yoked. The Bible says that. Don't sit here and be unequally yoked. Because it also says, for what fellowship has a righteous with unrighteous? Again, this is cut and dry, straight shot, no chaser. If you're righteous and you're dealing with somebody, see, let me go ahead and put it in perspective for some of my people, because some of my people just destroy it for a lack of knowledge, man. If you say that you're righteous, but you're eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and crawfish, homosexual, stealing and killing from your own people, stealing and killing, you are unrighteous. You are not righteous. If your pastor is sitting here talking about, man, what we need to do is give tithes and offering, but all your tithes and offering is going to his new BMW, he is not righteous. He is unrighteous. Your pastor's favorite scripture is, whether a man rob God, yet he had robbed thee. He say, where have he robbed thee? And tithes and offering, he had cursed with a curse, but he had robbed thee. That's their favorite scripture. I went to a church back before I got into the truth. I went to a church, they used to say that every time before tithes and offering. And that is their way of telling all the Christians at the church, see, it's about that time for offering. Don't rob God. Go ahead and throw that little money that you had for your bill. Nah, throw all that in the offering bucket. But you don't see nothing. I still don't know where the building fund came from, man. Out of all the churches that I done been to over my years, Salakia, I still have not seen the building fund build anything for the church. Like, so what is that saying? If you've been having a building fund for over 20 years and you still trying to pay off the church, you still trying to pay off the life center, what is that saying? But the pastor got a new house. Pastor got a new car. Come on now. Y'all need to stop being unequally yoked with these fools and the unrighteous people, because that's all that they are. And it says right here, for what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has a light with darkness? See, what is light? What is light? Light is knowledge. Light is here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under the commanding general YAHANNA. This is light. And darkness is living of the ways of the heathens, man. That's darkness. Selling drugs, just smoking drugs, shooting up drugs, sitting here being a homosexual, sitting here envying the oppressor. That is darkness, man. And we supposed to be living in light, not darkness. Let's go to 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Because like I say, man, I'm finna go into the fact that these Christian pastors are deceivers. Because that's another reason why we sitting here envying the oppressor and loving the oppressors. Because y'all go into these Christian churches, and the Christian church is nothing but a lie. So is the Catholic Church. So is the Muslims. So is their synagogues. It's all just a hoax, just to get money, man. But 1 John 4 and 1 says, and this is what we need to start doing as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are gone out unto the world. See right there, man. Y'all need to try these spirits, man. Stop being so quick to love what your Christian church and Christian pastor and Catholic church is saying to you. Y'all sitting here loving the Pope. Y'all really just love the Pope. Let's be real. The Pope and the Catholic priests are one of the biggest rapers. And the Christian church, along with the Catholic church, along with the Pope, is the biggest robbers. And even if you can even say that, the Christian church is some rapists too. There's so many scandals that go along with these religious groups and churches. But here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, you ain't got to worry about that. Because we follow the Bible to the T, man. You ain't got to worry about no brother sitting here and want to look at your daughter or look at your son. Nah, man. We real men. We want our reals. Why would we want to sit here and look at some children when we can have multiple wives? We can have however many wives we want. Why would we sit here and want to deal with some little girls? I just don't see it. Or little boys. Definitely don't see it. But the Christian church, the Catholic church, they sit here and that's what they do. That's what they own, man. They own that, man, send that tithe money, send that offering, the love offering, the peace offering, the priest fund. But they with all that and then they back door and they raping your kids. And then one of the biggest other scandals that we have are these Christian pastors. They go home and they sitting here molesting their own children. Come on, man. And they getting it from the white man. Because the white man is the biggest raper, the biggest rapist, the biggest murderer, and the biggest robber. They learned it from them. But y'all want to sit here and be hand in hand with them. Y'all want to sit here and love their holidays. Y'all want to sit here and celebrate July 4th. Come on, man. Y'all need to wake up. Wake up before it's too late. Just wake up. Wake up before you find yourself somewhere in a predicament that you would never want to be in, man. Stop following the ways of wicked and unrighteous people. Because there's a lot of false prophets who have hit the earth. And it says it in the Bible. That's why we're reading 1 John 4 and 1. Because it speaks about, it says, because many false prophets are gone unto the world. That's a Christian pastor. That's a Catholic priest. The Pope, the Muslim synagogues, and all that, man. Y'all gotta come on. Y'all gotta get out of this. I know y'all listening to Big Mama. I know y'all listening to Mama and Daddy. But come on, man. You gotta have knowledge for yourself at the end of the day, man. That's why most of my family don't like me right now. Because instead of following their ways, I'm following the way of the Most High God. And they hate it. My family hate the fact that I'm in the truth. And I love it. I will not envy my oppressor. I will not follow in his ways, and I will not do what he does. But see, when y'all have the people that want to sit here and love the oppressor and do and follow of his ways, the Bible has something for that too, man. Let's go to Proverbs 14:7, man. Go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 7. And it reads, go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceiveth not in him the lips of knowledge. See right there. See, this is how you know if you're dealing with a foolish man or a righteous man. The next time you're in your church, the next time you go to church, I see this right here. I'm going to challenge every Christian and every Catholic. The next time you're in church, sit there and in the midst of the pastor speaking, raise your hand and try to ask a question. I want to see it because of all my days of living. I have not seen one time somebody raise their hand and ask their Christian pastor, Catholic church, priest, or the Pope a question, and they were able to pull the scripture in the Bible. Now they'll sit here and say, thus said the Lord, and I pull out one precept. Thus said the Lord this, thus said the Lord that, but don't show it in the Bible. How does that work? I don't know how that works. But see, right there, that's how you know you're dealing with a foolish person. And it says, go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceiveth not in him the lips of knowledge. Here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, you can ask questions. And when you ask your questions, a wise man who was taught by the commanding general YAHANNA will answer your question with knowledge. Not with no lies, not with thus said the Lord, but don't pull it in the Bible. Nah, we're going to be like, thus said the Lord, and pull the scripture. Stop following the ways of the heathens. Stop following the ways of the oppressive. Stop following the ways of the people who don't want nothing for you. Because to be honest with you, they don't care about you. They just want you to live like them long enough to go ahead and utterly destroy you. And after they destroy you, they've done their job. But I want to sit here and be hand in hand with them. Stop loving the ways of the oppressors. Stop following their pagan holidays. Stop wanting to be hand in hand with them. Man, let's go to Colossians 2:8, man. But it's just something that's telling me that I need to tell y'all this, because y'all don't understand, man. When I say y'all, I'm talking about the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, my people, the chosen people, us. That's better for me to say, us. We don't understand this, man. And the only way I started understanding this is when I came into the I.S.U.P.K under the commanding general YAHANNA, man. I started getting knowledge. I started being a light. I started being a light bearer. Look up the Hebrew word for light bearer. Man, we're going to go to Colossians 2 and 8, man, where it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. See right here, the philosophy and vain deceit. Let's talk about that for a moment. Let's just talk. Philosophy and vain deceit. Philosophy and vain deceit. What philosophy is here and what vain deceit have been here over 400 years? Anybody? Well, I'll tell you. The white man's philosophy, the white man's deceit to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Y'all gotta beware of those saying that we were freed on July 4th. I know for a fact the people in the South were not freed in July 4th. We were still slaves. So around the time that they were popping fireworks and all that, we were still slaves. Well, when I say we, I'm talking about my ancestors. But I feel like it was still with me. That's why I say we. Because y'all need to understand, man, our ancestors are of us. That is who we are. We are our ancestors. So every time y'all sitting here talking about that was old, nah, man. That's why the people in the I.S.U.P.K, we get mad behind that. Don't sit here and say that was old. Nah, that ain't old. That's still fresh. That's still, every time someone says that was old, man, that's like somebody cutting my skin. That hurts. And it makes me mad. It don't make me want to cry. It don't make me want to sit here and be like, what are you saying? No. What it do is make me want to say, man, what the hell is you doing, man? What is your problem, man? Your people were beaten. Your people were taken. Women's bellies were cut open. And the children were fed like alligator bait. They were alligator bait. But you saying that that's just old. So that's just old? We need to just forget about that? No, I'm not forgetting about that. So y'all don't follow the philosophies and vain deceits of the white man, man. That is the oppressor. Don't follow in their vain deceits and their philosophies. And then, see, the Bible, see, this is why I love being in the truth, man. When you start reading the Bible and being taught in I.S.U.P.K how to actually read the Bible and understand what the Bible is saying, man, you know, you gain so much light and so much knowledge, man. Because after that, it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceits, after the tradition of men. Boom. What is the traditions of men? Go ahead, brother. Whatever the white man thinks of. They thought of homosexuality. Boom. Now, black people are the biggest homosexuals. So are the Hispanics and Native Indians, the biggest homosexuals. They thought about robbing, stealing, and killing. Boom. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know, we always the best of everything. The good and the bad and the ugly. So now we the best at robbing, stealing, and killing. That's a shame, man. And the Bible's sitting here saying, beware. That's the first word in that scripture. Beware. But y'all still want to do it. And after it says, after the tradition of men, it says, after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ. So what does that mean right there? After the rudiments of the world, it says after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ. So everything that y'all loving to do, y'all loving this feast day, y'all loving this pagan holiday, the 4th of July, that is of the tradition of men and the rudiments of the world and not of Christ. But y'all don't want to beware. It says beware for a reason, man. Beware of those things. Y'all need to watch out. Y'all need to look out for those things like that, man. Because those things are going to be your downfall, to destroy you. We're going to go to Ephesians 5, 8. We're going to go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 8. And it reads, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. Right there. For ye were darkness. It says, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. What does that mean right there? Go ahead, sister. Grab the mic.
Like you were in the world, but now you're in the truth.
For ye were sometimes in darkness. What is darkness? Use the mic.
The world.
The world. For ye were in the world, but now are ye light in the Lord. So what is, if it says, but now are ye light in the world? I mean, light in the Lord, Salakia.
You know the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right. That is right. For ye were sometimes in darkness, where you were in the world, but now you are light in the Lord. You know the law, statutes, and commandments, and you are in the I.S.U.P.K. So instead of walking in darkness, it says, walk as children of light. That's children of knowledge. That's children of the Most High God. Verse 9 says, for the fruits of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. Verse 10 says, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. See, with the fruits that you bear, because you are in light, is what you do. That is your fruits. The fruits of your labor. The seeds that you plant. If you plant seeds of light, then what's going to grow? Fruit. If I'm sitting here telling my brothers, if I'm planting the seed in my brother's head, man, y'all need to get into this truth. Man, y'all need to stop selling drugs, stop being wicked, stop being of the world and be of righteousness, be of the light. Come into the I.S.U.P.K under the command of General YAHANNA, man. I'm planting that seed. I'm giving them good fruit and righteousness. And it's their choice to either accept it or to reject it. But it says, for the fruits of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. So when you're in the UPK, man, it don't matter if you're a brother or a sister, man, you need to be giving off good fruit from your spirit, which should be righteous. Verse 11 says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So if it says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but reprove them, what does that mean right there? If you have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, that means that you are not sitting here partaking in the world. Your friends smoking blunts around you, you're not partaking in that. But it says, but rather reprove them. So if your friends around you smoking a blunt, if you're in the UPK and you're around some of your partners that was in the world because you still trying to fish and be a fisherman like the Most High wants you to be, anytime you're around your partners, they should never feel comfortable smoking a blunt around you. You should reprove them. Say, man, you know you ain't supposed to be smoking that blunt, man. You know it's unlawful. I know I've told you this multiple times, brother. So what's going on, man? Why are you still sitting here smoking weed? Man, stop being of this world, man. Stop being pagan, man. Get into your custom. Get into your culture, man. Get this inheritance that the Most High God has given you. You reprove them. That means that you correct them. For instance, today, all my partners, I was around 3 of my partners today. They talking about what I'm doing for July 4th. I said, man, I'm going to the school and I'm teaching a class. I am not partaking in the 4th of July. I am not partaking in smoking. I'm not partaking in popping fireworks. I'm not partaking in their parties. I'm not partaking in eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster and crawfish. I'm not. In the I.S.U.P.K, we are holy and set apart people. We gave up smoking. We gave up pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. So just because it's July 4th, don't think that I'm finna change and go back to my wicked ways that was in darkness. Let's keep going, man. We're gonna go to 12. It says, for it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. See, a lot of people don't want to be around the priests and prophets of the Most High God because they want to do what they do. They want to do their dirt in secret. But what does it just say right here? It says, for it's a shame. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. People want to live so unrighteously that they feel like it's a shame for them to speak of it. They are sad and they feel like they are a disappointment to even speak of those things that they've done in secret, man. Verse 13 says, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by light. For whatsoever does make manifest is light. See, when you in the I.S.U.P.K, man, you are that light. You are something that our people have not seen in so long, man. Since 1969, we've been reproving the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Y'all need to understand, man, we are of the Most High God, and we are here for our people, dog. Stop living in the ways of the oppressor. Stop envying the oppressor. Stop celebrating his pagan holidays. Stop wanting to be hand in hand with him. And this goes for any pagan holiday. Stop wanting to live like the oppressor, bro. We are not white. We are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We are the children of Israel. We are Yasharala. Man, with that being said, man, I'm gonna pass the class over to Trooper Rum to read the I.S.U.P.K security announcements, man.
Well, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to us into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, Mayasharah, 10% of every penny, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is a memorial of blowing of the trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month, which is Saturday, September 28, 2019, out of the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And these are the security announcements.
Most High in Christ, man. Imagine, we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and in English. Sar, face the east. Abanawa.
Abanaw,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash.
Kadash,
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K,
Shemka.
Shemka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Malakuka.
Malakuka,
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah,
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka,
Hayah.
Hayah,
Ashah.
Ansha,
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah,
Kawa.
Kawa,
Hayah.
Hayah,
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim,
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa,
Lakam.
Lakam,
Ka.
Ka,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Wasalaknawa.
Wasanagnawa,
Kabawatnawa.
Kabawatnawa,
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalagnawa,
Kabawatnawa.
Kabawatnawa,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Tabi'ayanawa.
Kaba'ayanawa,
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan,
Abab.
Abba,
Hawashayanawa.
Awashayanawa,
Mayan.
Mayan,
Ra.
Ra,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Laka.
Laka,
Hamalakwa.
Amalakwa,
Wahala.
Wahala,
Wahatapara.
Wahatapara,
La'awalumyum.
Wa'alamyum,
Aman.
Aman,
In the English. Our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
and we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
the power, and the glory
the power, and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sir, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then the sisters. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum, bro, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatah. Yazamata, Sar, turn towards the sisters. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum, bro, Yahweh Shemal Adabah Shem Yahushua. Yazamata, dismiss.